Good day all. I should say good morning. It's still quite dark out if you can get the camera to focus outside. The sun is not quite up. And I'm having my morning coffee and my cute little teapot, which I once shared. I got at the Brewster General Store in Route 6A. I need to get a proper tea cozy instead of using tea towels. But I thought I'm trying to get in the habit of sharing my day in little snippets, and having my coffee and a fire in the morning, and being unplugged, although I am using my camera now, but being unplugged and usually reading old books and old magazines. But as yesterday's vlog you saw, I stopped at the bookstore, so today I am reading my new British English home, which always gets me excited about England and makes me wish I could be there, and sad that I'm missing old Blighty. This is a good issue though, because as I had mentioned, I'm really getting into doing more pattern making, that is making repeat designs for fabric, not cutting out patterns. So I'm excited about this issue, but I thought I'm trying to integrate more just bits of my day with the camera. I figure if I'm able to do that, have it become a normal part of my day, then making videos will just become that, a part of my day. Of course, I'm not sure what sort of content it's going to make, but this year I'm making the resolution for trying a new way of video making and just really enjoying it. So what I present is what you get, and hopefully it's not too boring. So I'm going to grab my new mag. I'll probably stoke the fire, pour another cup of coffee from my pot, which needs a proper tea cozy. And here's to enjoying a solitude in the morning. Coffee, fire, and waiting for the sun to rise so I can go out and beachcomb. And you'll see I still have Christmas decorations up because it is only the 3rd or the 4th, I believe, when this goes out. And 12th night, I believe 12th night is on the 6th this year. I'll have to check, but that's the day I take my Christmas decorations down. I have to say I'm actually kind of itching to get them put away this year, but one hates to break tradition. All right, I'm glad I could share this moment with you. My fire, my coffee, and the promise of the view. And it's still quite early. You just heard the duck giving me a good laugh. It's about 6:45. The sun still isn't up. You can see the moon is still hanging bright above us. But I often sneak out in my dressing gown about this time just to see what bird life is up to. And I think I just startled the ducks, which is why they are having their laughter. We also have one blue heron that started, it was either last year or the previous year. He stopped migrating, and we had a mild winter last year, but we did have a freeze, so I was worried about him. But he made it through the winter, and he's still around. I don't see him today, though, but it's a chilly morning. My breath is white in the sky, but you can see the orange sherbet sunrise just starting. Hopefully you can hear the ducks squawking in the background. The tide's out, as it was yesterday morning when I was out here. Oh, there, the ducks are over there. I can hear rumbling in the distance. It sounds like it must be a big plane. We've had so many various planes and helicopters, military helicopters as well. Just wanting to share another little moment of what I do in the morning after I'm finishing my pot of coffee and getting ready to head into the studio, I like to sneak out in my dressing gown. This time of the year, hear the crunch of the frost underfoot, and welcome the sea before the sun has spread its orange glow about it. I'm in my studio in the house, and I figure I'll finish today's little video with what I'm going to be doing this morning. I'm opening the shades in my studio to the new slider. I do apologize for the condition of the windows, but every time we have a heavy wind, the salt spray gets on them, and it's quite a chore to keep up with it, but you can still see the view. I have my little desk set up. This funny thing is because I'm going to try recording with it. I have not used it yet, so we'll see how that works out. But I usually grab this chair and pop it in front of my little bit of my desk here, so I can have a view as I work. So hopefully this is recording my screen. This is my first time using this little contraption. So I just wanted to show, I've been working on pieces for patterns, both digitally as well as I work in a little, at the beginning of each year I start a new book. Like this is a little, simple little book with smooth Bristol paper. And so I'll use this with my jelly plates, which is a printmaking process, which I will probably be sharing with you this year. But I've been using that as well for making up ideas for patterns. But what I've been doing with the joy of my digital drawing tablet, as you can see here, I'm just sort of making little patterns, just all in a single color to start. But for example, here's one I had sketched it, and then I reduced the sketch layer. And then you'll see these are in layers. So the bottom layer of just base color is there, so that can be shut off. Then the outline layer is here, so that can be shut off. So then if I go on a new layer here and just grab a color in the similar tones, I can just go in with my brush and start playing with adding color. And why I like doing it on digitally at first is it really lets me play, and I can, if I want to be really messy and go outside the lines, I can grab my eraser and erase, and it'll erase what's on this layer but none of the other layers, or if I don't like that color at all, I can erase and start over again. And so this allows me to build up layers and ideas. So right now I'm just toying with this. It's a rough outline. I'd say it's probably a cross between a rhododendron flower with a touch of dianthus mixed in. Again, the joy of making patterns is it's just the fantasy of what you like. And then of course I can go in with different brushes of different widths, add line, and I would probably do this on another layer. So I could add lines or toy with patterning like this, or other type things like this, and then have the ability to shut that layer off or to erase that layer. So that's what I'm going to be working on this morning, just having a good little potter with that. And then this is another thing I've been working on. I'm basically making elements that I then take into another program, which I'll show you another day, where I can kind of move things around. So I've been working on various elements to make a pattern that has blue herons are a big part of my enjoyment of our seaside here. And we have one blue heron who's taken it upon himself to not go to Florida each year. So I feel a kinship with him. When everyone else moves to the warmer climes in the winter, he and I stick around, and we don't mind summer houses in winter. And so this is just an outline, and then I'm toying with the idea of moving various floral layers about, which I would draw and then copy, and then in this case I put it on the edge and then just give it a little erase, such as that. This simple little outline I did here, I can take this and move it about if I wanted it to be here. Just sort of toy with cutouts. So this is another fun thing. So basically what will happen is I will make a few of these different designs, different patterns, and then I will save them as separate instances, and then I'll take them into another program, and I'll begin moving them about, making copies, putting them with patterns. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And this year I've really been having fun, and I've been talking about it for years, but I want to start getting some of my wallpapers and things to use here at the house and in the little bit that I'm making over in the boathouse. That's what I'm working on this morning. And this is another instance of me just having fun with a fun outline. I did an outline of just a basic fill, like I was doing with the heron. And in this case, the outer layer, like this, which can be shut off, is just a pattern I made and sort of slid into place, and it gives it a bit of a silhouette feel. So then I could move this, however, this is what I did, which I have to always remember. I didn't put the eye and the nose on a separate layer. These patternings should be on a separate layer from any outline of his detail. But I digress. The point being is, this way I'm able to sort of play with patterns, and I can move them around and try them. And then I'll take this fellow, put it in an instance on a some fabric, and make a sort of a repeat pattern. In fact, I did a sort of test run. If I remember, I'll put it on this video. I've kind of put it on a pattern and put it onto a dress. The dresses I'm going to be able to have available for sale. So if I remember, I'll stick one on where I use this rabbit as a repeat just to kind of play with it. I think I used it with some mushrooms patterning. But that's what I'm up to today. Again, I would like to try to really integrate my daily activities into simple little vlogs that I share with you. And today I'm in my studio working on fun patterns, so that's what I'm sharing with you. All right, well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you find a moment in your day to indulge in your own passions and your own creative pursuits. And until next time, remember to stay creative. Cheers.